there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelby and today I'm going to be doing my October TBR. I'm really excited because I made a very cute spread in my bullet journal that has my October TBR and then a cute little quote here. I'm just so ready for the fall season and Halloween and everything that is fall. And October happens to be my birthday month, so all around October and the fall is a great season. I have 10 books here to talk about that I'm hoping to read in the month of October, and I don't think any of these I'll be reading for the readathons I'm participating in. So these are just separate books that I would love to finish before the end of the month. I'd love to hear what you guys are planning on reading in October. I will link all these books down below and let's get right into it. The first book I have to talk about is Such a Perfect Wife by Kate White, and this one is a domestic thriller about a married woman who goes missing after she goes on a run, and everyone is looking at the husband thinking he is guilty, and they're wondering if she went voluntarily or if she was hurt. And I love those kind of books, so I'm really excited to read this one, especially in October. The next book I have to talk about is The Marriage Lie by Kimberly Bell. I recently read Dear Wife by Kimberly Bell and I really enjoyed it. And this one is another domestic thriller about a married couple where I think the husband goes away on a business trip and he ends up dying on the trip, but he was lying to his wife about like where he was going, why he was on the plane. And that sounds really twisty, really good. You guys know I love domestic thrillers, so I think this one's going to be really good. The next book I have to talk about is Amor Amor by Krista and Becca Ritchie. I heard about this book over at Love and Other Words. She talks about romance novels and she said this was one of her top reads in the last couple of months. And I never read anything by Krista and Becca Ritchie, but I've heard a lot of people rave about their books. And when I heard this was about people in like a Cirque du Soleil type of group, I was so hooked because I love acrobatics and watching Cirque du Soleil. So a romance centered around people who do acrobatics sounds really, really good. So I'm really excited to start this series. I'm not sure how many books are in the series, but I've heard they're all pretty good. So I'm really looking forward to getting to it. The next book I have to talk about is Fleeting by CARRIE AARONS. This is the beginning of a series and it is a small town romance. I was recommended this by my friend Brandy. She said she loved it. It is available on Kindle Unlimited if you're interested in it. I don't really know too much about it. I think each book is about a different brother and a family, and I love those types of books. And I think that the fall time is the perfect time to read small town romances, especially if they take place on like a ranch or in the country. I just think it's perfect for this time of year. So I'm really looking forward to reading Brandy's recommendation. The next book I have to talk about is The Secrets She Keeps by Michael Robotham. This one I'm actually reading for a night marathon, and it's our Thriller Talks After Dark pick for the month of October. This month we'll have actually 3 different hosts hosting that live show. It'll be Jacqueline over at We Be Bookin', Kendra at Kendra Loves Books, and then myself, and it'll be over at Jackie's channel. I linked both of them down below so you can go check them out. The live show is going to be on October 29th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And I'm really excited to read this book because it is about 2 pregnant women, and I don't know much else, but I love thrillers surrounding pregnant women, and I know Jackie does too. So I'm hoping we enjoy this one way more than 13, which was our September Thriller Talk After Dark pick. We both didn't like it, and so we're hoping this one is way better. The next book I have to talk about is Tear Me Apart by JT Ellison, and this one was in my 5-star prediction thriller video, and it's the last one I have to read before I can put that vlog up. So I definitely want to get to it like ASAP. And this is about a woman who I think she gets an injury and goes to the hospital and she needs like a blood transfusion, and in doing that she discovers that her parents are not her biological parents. So they've been lying to her whole life, and I think it kind of goes from there and she discovers more secrets in her family, and I love books about family secrets, so this one sounds right up my alley and I'm really hoping it is 5 stars. The next book I have to talk about is Love Sincerely Yours by Sarah Nye and Megan Quinn. I've never read anything by Sarah Nye, but I've heard her How to Date a Douchebag series is really good. I've read 2 different books by Megan Quinn and really enjoyed them, and this one I've had on my Kindle for a little while, and I always love books that are written by author duos, especially in regard to romance. And so I'm hoping this one's really good. I really don't know what it's about, but the cover looked really good. I think it's more of a rom-com type of book, and that's definitely what I'm in the mood for, so I can't wait to get to this one. The next one I have to talk about is Silka's Journey by Heather Morris. And this one is by the same author of The Tattooist of Auschwitz. I read that one last year and really enjoyed it, and it got a lot of hype here on BookTube. And this one follows, I believe, another character from that story, a woman named Silka. She was also at the same concentration camp, and we get to see basically what happens to her. And so I know it's going to be very heavy and emotional, but I really need to get back into reading my historical fiction, and this one I have an arc from NetGalley, so I really need to get to it soon. The next book I have to talk about is Before We Were Strangers by Renee Carlino. And this one was also in my 5-star predictions, but for my romance edition. And this is one of the last ones I need to read before publishing that vlog. And so I really want to get to it soon so I can put out that content for you guys. And I've read 3 different Renee Carlino books and I loved 2 out of the 3. So I'm hoping I really love this one as well. I think it is about a woman who had a chance encounter with a guy and she never got his name. And so she put like an ad out on Craigslist saying that she had a chance encounter with him. And if he sees the ad to please contact her. And I think it kind of goes from there, and that one sounds really good. She writes really hard-hitting contemporaries, so I'm kind of curious where the hard-hitting aspect will lie in this one. Can't wait to get to it, and I also hope it's a 5-star read. The last book I have to talk about is Last Summer by Carrie Lonsdale, and I've never read anything by this author, but it was recommended to me by Kendra over at Kendra Loves Books. She said it was so good, and it is available on Kindle Unlimited. I always see people talk about Carrie Lonsdale, but I've never read her books, and they always say she's really good. I'm kind of curious to see if I also like her books. And I think this is about a woman who wakes up and she has no idea like who she is. She has some amnesia, and I love mysteries that have an amnesia aspect, so I'm thinking I'm going to also love this one. And I love this cover. I know it says Last Summer, but the orange colors kind of give me fall vibes, so I'm really excited to read it. So those are 10 books I'm hoping to read in the month of October. I'd love to hear if you've read any of them and if you liked them. Like I said, I will link them all down below, and I will see you guys all in my next one. Bye!